Now, my next guest I'm about to bring on the show, I'm gonna tell you something about this guy. Is that I met him. We're gonna talk about this. I met him on the Steve Harvey camp, and I was a little jealous of him because I was writing on the show back in the early '90s. He was on every darn TV show, and he looked good too. And I'm not mad because he looked good, but he was on every darn TV show, but he never did my show because I did the Parenthood, I did the Sister, I did the Jamie Foxx, and I could never cast this brother. You know why? Because he always had his own series. He always had his own series. He's one of the most consistent working actors in Hollywood. He's one of the stars of the new OWN series. Please welcome to Money Making Conversation, Dondre Whitfield.
My brother.
Mr. Whitfield, how you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well.
And I could not be better. I say that, man, because and jokingly, because I admire, because we know Hollywood is not kind to people of color. The opportunities can be limited. At one time, the only way we can get on TV was on a reality show. And that turn has made, but you've been consistently a solid face in television and films. Just tell the audience how you're able to accomplish that. And I know it's through relationships and also through talent, but it has to be some tremendous blessings that God is presenting to you on a regular basis.
Yeah, without a doubt. Right from the very beginning, God absolutely put people in my life that didn't allow me to get away from the destiny of this life. There were plenty of times where I didn't know what direction that I was going in, and he always put people in my life that literally sort of kicked me back into place, so to speak. And until I found what my passion was. Acting has been a great passion of mine for over 34 years. Started off on the most watched show in television history, The Cosby Show. That was my first
I told
job.
Y'all.
And most people usually get they become an extra doing background work or something of that nature. And my first job was on the most watched show in history. So it literally was a breaking in space, which is why now whenever I do anything or working with, Miss Oprah Winfrey, who is just incredible. I don't even have words to describe exactly what she is, not only to our people, but to humanity in general. But then, of course, Ava DuVernay, who is such a visionary and who has the kind of execution that great, sports coaches are made of. Working with those sisters is just incredible, but coming from the background that I come from, it doesn't intimidate me, and I'm always ready for it. And again, because it is my passion, it has produced a great platform to suit my purpose. And my purpose work is something that I'm sure that we'll get a chance to talk about.
Absolutely,
as we talk in this.
Absolutely, yep. I want to talk about a little bit because you're a very talented dramatic actor, and you're a very talented comedic actor. That balance is very hard to find in Hollywood. I don't care what gender or what color tone you are. That has really helped you and been a blessing for you, correct?
Without a doubt, because I purposely would choose, if I did a drama, the next job I would say I want to do a comedy. After I did a comedy, then I said I want to do a drama, because I didn't want anyone to say, oh, that's the comedy guy or that's the drama guy. In some circles, some people would say, well, it kind of hurt you because, like music, people want to be able to put you in a box.
Right.
They want to be able to say that this is what you do. But I didn't want that. And I encourage everyone to follow their heart as it pertains to choices that they make in their career. There are going to be a bunch of experts that say you're supposed to do it this way or you're supposed to do it that way. But if there were one way to do it, then there would be a book telling you that that's the way to do it. The truth of the matter is that there isn't. And you really do have to follow your heart and make the choices that you are going to be able to live with, to live out your own best life.
Dondre, now we officially met, because we've been in a lot of Hollywood events together, but we officially met and sat down on the Steve Harvey mentoring camp several years ago. That was a camp that we invited you out, and that's what I really found your purpose. The purpose of, man, I'm telling you something. If you want to understand him, I don't know if you do motivational quotes on Instagram or anything, but he is so inspiring because he has a tremendous passion to create change. And to create change in young men and men in general. Let's. I know we're getting short on this break, but I want to bring it up on the other break. Give us a synopsis of what the Manhood Tour is.
Well, it literally was birthed out of a need that we find in our Black and brown communities to serve our younger males that don't have their father in their life. And I've always said that it's impossible to be something you don't see. So you can't become a man if you don't have men around you showing what that looks like, what that walks like, and what that talks like. So that's how the Manhood Tour was created.
Cool. I'm on the phone talking to, he's on the phone, Dondre Whitfield. He's one of the stars of Queen Sugar, which airs Wednesday at 10 p.m. on OWN this year. You was congratulations. You were nominated for an Image Award, and I hopefully there are more in the future for you. But tell us a little bit about the show and why you become so engaged. That character of yours, you kind of like the best friend around all the messy people.
Well, it's funny because
I'm telling the truth.
I mean, my character is sort of what I've affectionately called the resuscitator. He is a professor at LSU. He is a water irrigation specialist. He works with folks in the community, and even the surrogate family that he has around him, and the best friend of the patriarch who actually
makes it happen.
Passes away.
Dondre, hold that thought. Don't go nowhere. Hold that thought. We're going to come right back. My man, one of the stars of Queen Sugar on OWN every Wednesday at 10 p.m. You can catch the show. Don't go nowhere. Mr. Whitfield is on hold. Welcome back. This is Rushion McDonald on the phone. Is very talented. I want to say started on the Cosby Show. The little cute little young kid in the back. Now he's a grown man doing his thing. He's operating and performing on the award-winning series from Creator and executive producer Ava DuVernay, and executive produced by the incredible Oprah Winfrey on the OWN network. His character is called Remy. Now you were telling us a little bit about your character before I cut you off. I don't want to miss anything about it because we're about to get into the show Queen Sugar and why everybody should be watching it and why it's really interesting. Dondre, tell me this: why are black dramas seem to be operating now? They seem to be working now because you used to be only able to see African Americans in comedy. We could only be funny. Ha ha, we were funny. And nobody would really watch the dramas. But that seems to be turning now.
Yeah, I think that came out of the fact that a lot of our dramas have been over-sensationalized about who we are and about what we are. They seem to have been stuck in the space of telling one side of our story.
Right.
And what you're seeing in Queen Sugar is the fullness of our story. So you're seeing the life, the loves, the struggles, the successes, and you're also seeing the truths that are being told through the lenses of our daily experiences in a country that has us saying we should show pride in our country, but sometimes shows us that we aren't valued.
Yes.
I think the thing that, you understand what I mean? So I think that the thing that really resonates with our audiences is the fact that there is a great authenticity that is being shared in the storytelling of this show. There's no lying about it. We're not cutting around any truths. We've dealt with Black Lives Matter. We've dealt with protests. We've dealt with pregnancies. We've dealt with generational wealth. We've dealt with poverty. We've dealt with industries that are difficult for our folks to break into or feel equal in. So, again, all of that speaks to the authenticity of the storytelling, and I think that's what really resonates with our audiences is truth.
Well, it resonates with me because I'm a writer. I'm a producer. I know, I've done sitcoms from Sister to Jamie Foxx to Parenthood. So I know what you're saying is that, being behind the camera, being the writers, but to my understanding that the production staff is a female influenced staff, correct?
Yes, it's really a. Ava her vision for the show was to have an inclusive set, meaning
yes, sir.
There would be women involved, there would be folks of color involved. As a matter of fact, she actually made it a mandate that before anyone could present a department head, they would have to present viable candidates of color for those department head positions.
Wow.
And that is not normally done in our industry. She also, she further made it a mandate that the directors would be all female. So every female that we've had for the past 3 seasons, and we're in the midst of our 3rd season, every single one of them have been female, including my own wife. My wife directed
I know that's right.
No question. And really, it is.
We have to say Sally Richardson Whitfield is his wife.
Yes.
Let's put the word out now. And I want on my show.
Yes, without a doubt.
Dondre, okay,
all
now.
to the Whitfield.
Because she's a story in herself, man. She's an incredible actress, and has crossed over and is directing everywhere. Yep. She's directing everywhere. Sci-fi to comedy to drama. She is turning pages out there, man. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud of you.
Without a doubt.
Because y'all live that balanced life, man, and I like that.
Yeah, you living the life of working hard at whatever your profession is, but making sure that that you preserve your personal space. I told my wife a long time ago. I said we got to work just as hard at our marriage as we do at our careers. Because that's how you sustain those. People, said, I love it because sometimes people will come up to me and they'll say, "Hey, you and Sally still married?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because they're so not used to people in Hollywood being together, for that amount of time. We've been together for 20 years. We've been married for 15 of those. So having a union of 20 years in our industry is like being together for 60 years.
Now, the thing I love about it, I want to let everybody know that's listening and some people who may be watching on Facebook, is here's the beauty of this couple. When it comes to charity work, they have time. When we needed him on the Steve Harvey camp, he came. And a lot of people come and leave. Or they'll do one session and they go, "Hey, where's the Uber? I got to get out of here." You had to run him off the camp because he was there to change lives that weekend. Sally, when I needed to come for the neighborhood awards, because, you got to have celebrities or people won't buy tickets, I call it the last minute. Sometimes I call ahead of schedule. She made a point to the importance of being there and supporting and cherishing and showcasing the talents, because really the stars of the show are the people in the community. It's not the people who present the awards. And she felt that was important. Right. So I love the way you guys affect the community, and that's one of the reasons. I know you're starring on Queen Sugar, and I'm gonna promote that. I have been promoting this, but what was more important to me was to let people hear you, man. Your manhood to it, your passion, your career, your body of work. And because social media plays an important role, because Queen Sugar is one of the most popular shows when it airs on social media. That's important, and to get your story told. Correct?
Without a doubt. And I'm going to tell you the importance of social media. I literally made a post making a great plea to our brother Floyd Mayweather. He had made a post talking about the value of one of his watches. It was reportedly $18 million.
I know.
And what I did was I said, a lot of people were, destroying him over the fact that, that he would invest his money in what would seem to be such a frivolous purchase. Mm-hmm. When there are people that would obviously do well in having that money assist their educational aspirations, their career goals, the community, all of those things. And I said, rather than be one that does the ungodly thing, which is to shame someone for some of the things that they may or may not do, as a godly man, what I try to do is lovingly hold our folks accountable, mm-hmm. and to bring certain things to their attention. Mm-hmm. So through a post, because I don't have a contact for the brother, just to be honest, I literally made a post and I said, my brother, you're from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Not far down the road is Flint, Michigan. And our community could be resuscitated by that kind of money. Your wealth could actually revive an entire community. You're talking about 100,000 people, mm-hmm. in the city of Flint, mm-hmm. that are struggling with drinkable water. So I encouraged our brother to turn his watch into water.
Wow.
And that's what I hashtagged it, watch into water. And a few days after that, the mayor of Flint got in touch with me to say thank you, because it feels like every single day we're distracted by certain issues. We're distracted by the fact that Puerto Rico still isn't being properly addressed. We're distracted by the fact that Flint, Michigan still isn't properly being addressed. And it's literally because every single day we're bombarded with another news story about a specific administration not doing the job that they should be doing as it pertains to the people that it's supposed to be serving. So it's very difficult to stay on topic. So she said, I literally wanted to call you myself just to say thank you. We were on the phone for an hour and a half. And because I am a speaker, because I am a restoration agent, because that is my purpose work, I offered my services. She said, I would love to have you come here.
I want to thank you for coming on my show, man. Hey, you ended this show letting the world know who you are, and I appreciate that, because that's all I wanted people to understand is that when you call, when there's a call for service, Mr. Whitfield answers. And if you want to check him out on Wednesdays on Queen Sugar, keep acting, man. And I love what you do. I love your family. You know that. Keep winning.